The squeaky wheel gets the grease, as they say. So I had my rant video a few videos ago, and the couple of people that are the developer and one of the other people who's been playing the game a lot more than I have chimed in with some information that might help me out with how targeting works and how to turn my modules all on and off at the same time. Turning the modules all off and on at the same time is helpful in some cases, but it'll turn on everything, like even my active scanner, but that's not a big deal. It will be helpful once we get our Dreadnaught. Might just not even need my active scanner anymore. Either way, one of the things that they suggested I try was orbiting my targets. Apparently my grand tactical strategy of just flying straight at the enemy until I'm bumping up against their ship and firing my weapons isn't the most efficient way to do it. So they suggested I try using orbiting my target and using my weapons then, which if you've ever played EVE Online, it's exactly how you do combat in EVE Online. You try to orbit your target so you can keep your weapons able to shoot them while they're unable to shoot you. I mean, it works really well against the NPCs in EVE Online and against the players who aren't into PvP, but against other skilled PvP players it doesn't really work that well. But we don't have to worry about other skilled PvP players in this game, so we'll give it a shot. So you can see we've got 3 missions. The goal for this video is we're going to knock out a few more missions until we get to our next level. We need less than 10,000 experience points to get to our next level. So we'll knock out 3 or 4 missions and then we'll go and see how close we are to Dreadnaught. Maybe we are ready to buy our Dreadnaught and get that thing outfitted. Now I did go back and watch the previous video. Let me go ahead and get my mission. I'm going to do this to eliminate the 5 dangerous raiders. For one thing, it's a nice big payout. Don't really need money that much, but we're getting ready to upgrade a Dreadnaught, so maybe we do need some extra money because we're gonna have to buy a whole bunch of blasters, and then once we get the Dreadnaught, then we'll be upgrading all of our modules over time. So the more money we have, the better. So I'm gonna go ahead and accept that mission contract, and we'll go out here and show you. All right, so here we are in Zeta Xeno Cougar, and right here, where is it? Right here? So there is the wormhole. That's the one I accidentally fly through. Now, apparently what happened is that when I had been in the system before, I guess I had left my active scanner on. And I just happened to be close enough at the time for it to scan and detect that wormhole opening there. But I never even noticed it going on. I was probably talking to you guys. That might have been when I was right in the middle of my rant. So apparently when I came to the system last time, or in that last video, I was flying towards the station, accidentally clicked on the wormhole, and then we wound up way over there. So it looks like the wormholes are just spawned way away from the main galaxy, which is kind of like how they do it in EVE Online. Same galaxy, they're just spawned so far away you can't really see them. So that was that. So that's how I wound up accidentally in a wormhole. And it could happen to you. But now that the wormhole's been discovered, occasionally I get this message letting me know that the wormhole is charged. Kind of like in EVE Online, you can't just fly in and out of wormholes willy-nilly. They have to have enough charge or whatever to allow ships to pass through. I don't know if the wormholes in this game collapse, but in EVE Online, eventually the wormholes collapse. Or the wormhole entrance collapses, and if you want to keep going into and out of that wormhole, you have to find where else in the universe that wormhole spawned, which is kind of interesting. They have a whole they have a whole player group in EVE Online called the Sisters of Eve, and one of the things they do is they help people find their way in and out of wormholes. Really interesting. Anyway, so huge crate in Bin C. There is no war in Boston Say. The huge crate in Bin C needs recovered and returned to Gunstellar in Zenmimsferik. I think we want to go to Gunstellar for a different reason. Anyway, let's go to Zenmimsferik and pick up that crate that somebody just left laying out in the middle of nowhere. For a second there, I forgot how to activate warp drive. It is early morning here where I am. I was going to make this video last night, but after doing after being at work at my normal job as a teacher, and then going to work at my secondary job making pizza dough. I was kind of tired. Hello, there's supposed to be a crate here, isn't there? Did I actually warp? Oh, I need to go to bin C first. See, I was yapping about myself, and I went to the wrong system. Look how casually we can just fly around the system. Imagine if NASA accidentally sent the Mars rover to Jupiter instead of Mars. That would have been a huge deal. I accidentally flew to the entire wrong sector, probably light years away, and it's just a button click for me to resolve that situation. There's a derelict crate. Head on over there and see what's waiting for us in there. Now here's something interesting. The dude told me to turn on my auto orbit. This is something I'm gonna have to manage. So I'm gonna see if I auto orbit this thing at 1,000 meters instead of just flying straight towards it, because this could be something you have to remember to turn off and on during combat. It is early morning, so I'm drinking coffee instead of LaCroix. Don't worry, I'll be drinking LaCroix later. Alright, so for this target, I just flew straight towards it. So maybe it only applies to, ooh, Gunstellar 20mm gun. So I just left 17 of them just laying out in the dirt. Now we need to go to, alright, do we do anything else here in this bin C? Scan, large processors, nope. So we're in bin C. Now we need to go to the San Menzoferric and collect our paycheck. Check and make sure my microphone's on. Yep, that would have been embarrassing. Actually, it would have been embarrassing. You would have never known. So here we are, nice little crimson sort of background. It's kind of like a copperish red. Dock of Gunstellar. Is this where our Dreadnaught that we're waiting to buy is? No, it's the value star. We're buying the bargain. We're buying the bargain gun Dreadnaught. Because we're frugal. And there's our mission. We got 5,000 experience points. That gets us halfway. I'm not even going to bother picking up more missions at this point. Anything at their university that we want to look at? We were going to look at battle cruiser, destroyer, carrier. The good stuff we're looking for is in there. 219 skill points. Our next mission is to go to Yerlam Renfo and scan the industrial machine. There we go. Nice little blue system over there. Head on over in that direction. My daughter was really surprised to find that I've been making YouTube videos again. I started making YouTube videos around 6 or 7 years ago, whenever the first when Astrox Hostile Space Excavation came out. Made quite a few videos back then, and then just kind of stopped because I had another job that I was working on. It was 12 years ago, whatever. So my daughter just assumed that I wasn't making any videos anymore, and then for some reason the other day she was looking for a picture of me, so she was going to show her friends my picture, and so the only picture that she had that she could show online was the profile picture from this channel. So she said she went to get my profile picture and then saw that I've been uploading videos just about every other day, so she was a little bit amused by that. So now we're going to do our 30-second scan on the industrial machine. Sounds like a Trent Reznor album. We're going to do the scan on the industrial machine. Head on over to Zalazino Cougar and pick up our thing. Now I don't know how much longer it's going to be. Now why is now say I have one gun that's targeting an asteroid for some reason. I don't even have the asteroid. Or is that just floating on space there? Maybe I'm just seeing the asteroid hovering above that thing. Okay, so it wasn't targeting. Okay, so no bug. There's no bug there. Alright, so now we're going to go back to Zatacino Cougar. Look at all these systems. It's a big universe. Big universe. And it's full of raiders. So the Dark Forest theory probably holding up. That we should not be sending signals into outer space. We should remain quiet because the raiders might come and find us. 4,500 experience points for that one. Alright, so now we got to go to Uamelry and pick up these large processors. Well, they have this university. They have battle cruiser here. Nope. Cloak field operation. That'll be something fun to look into in a future videos. Our cloaking device. Always fun to see cloaking device episodes in Star Trek. Alright, where are we going? OMLRE. This is like our getting so familiar with these names. I know the names, but I don't know where they are. Alright. Down to 60 warp drive fuel. Wish my ship would remind me. Or, you know, it seems like you could just tell your ship's onboard Siri to remind you when things are happening, but I'm not going to complain. Exciting time for Astrox Imperium, because look at all the stuff we can do. So it's just a matter of adding more features as the developer chooses. I'm still actively developing this one. I know that he used to run a Twitch channel during development. I don't know if he still does it or not. I'll have to go on Twitch and subscribe to his channel. So we need to go to Damon Ammunitions and pick up this huge shipment of large processors. Hope we don't accidentally fly into a wormhole. The finding wormholes in the game, sometimes you can use the, let me see if I can show it. If you're in your game and you're wanting to find a wormhole, you can use the lounge, and then you can use the news event. Now sometimes over here, there's none on here at the moment, but sometimes on here it'll say locals in Kenyel, you know, complain about emissions from a wormhole or something like that. So sometimes these things will give you a hint as to where, or tell you, you know, exactly what system that a wormhole is in. You just need to go and find that system and then use your active scanner to find the wormhole if you ever want to go into one of those crazy things. Did I pick up the, nope, there's our large processors. What are large processors? A large processing unit capable of handling a hefty but simple computing tasks. Alright, now back to Damon Ammunitions and the Genistar in Chemos. Not that in Chemos was one of our newer ones, I guess not. There it is. It looks like it's about 10 episodes ago. Alright, I can't wait to see what the rest of the universe looks like. I have a feeling it's going to look a lot like the universe we've already seen. But I'm really interested in seeing what's going to happen when we start finding advanced raiders with more and more capabilities. When we get into the sectors that have 2 and 1 and 0 security ratings. And of course we saw that the wormhole had like a negative 3.6 security rating. And something else was about the wormhole is that the environment was pretty harsh, if I remember. Yeah, external temperature. Yeah, look, we had one red, one orange, one yellow thing in biotoxicity. So it looks like if our hull got damaged there, then our life support systems would start bleeding out pretty quickly. Another 5,000 skill points, and that's going to kick us over what we needed to level up. So battle cruiser must have destroyer to level 3, and of course this system doesn't have destroyer. All right, so we are ready for Dreadnaught. We should have enough skill points for Dreadnaught. It's just a matter of going to those systems and buying them. But I'm going to go ahead and finish off this eliminate 5 dangerous raiders mission. Now some people in the video, alright, so we have this select all mercs here, and we can tell these mercs, we can use these buttons to tell the mercs their different combat stances and stuff like that. Tell them to stay near you, to not stay near you, and then you can just tell them to, no, you could tell them to just go and do whatever they want to. You can also tell them to just target, to patrol the system by themselves, which is good if you're having a mining operation. If you have a playthrough where you're doing mining and there's a chance of raiders spawning in that system, you can just have these 4 guys just flying around the system blowing up ships for you. Just hope they get to the ships before, hope they get to the raiders before the raiders get to your miner. Alright, so let's go to Satellite and see if we actually orbit these things. So orbiting sounds like a good idea, but we'll just have to see how it works out, because I have auto orbit target on. Auto warp is off, auto passive scan is off. Alright, I forgot what he said the orbit angle should be. Let's do orbit angle of 10 degrees and see what happens. We can always adjust it. So where are these raiders? Let's go after the biggest one. I'm gonna head up here to this guy. So now I should be able to say modules locked to ship target. All modules targeted. They didn't turn all my all modules on. And so all my modules on, and they're all targeting. And I'm going to see if we're actually doing anything, any sort of orbiting. So, alright, so it looks like my ships are turning. So it looks like they were going to try and establish an orbit instead of just flying straight towards it. But he died too quickly before I could see if that was actually going to do us any good. I'm gonna turn off my scanner and missiles. I guess it makes it nicer to turn everything on and then just turn off a couple of. And so 1623. I'm trying to get some more game relevant screenshots for the some more game relevant screenshots for the thumbnails. I know this is very important to you. Kind of like the thumbnails I've been using recently that have the kids. But I'm running out of free ones of those that I can use. And so we're gonna go up here and pop. How many of them? There was 5 of them, I believe. But they're just normal raiders. They're not even. Look at all those missiles coming at us. Ooh, look, we took 1% shield damage from all those 2% shield damage. This is getting serious. Alright, so we have this dude here. He's in a shuttle. Why he's not jumping into warp as quickly as possible, I have no idea. Alright, he's been fragged, as they say. And then we just have this dude left. And then go snap his behind. He's in a Redeemer. We flew around in a Redeemer for a while. And there he goes. So that's all 5 of them. All these ships were blowing up too quickly before I could see if we were actually orbiting a target. Let's see if we orbit this gradient ore. See what that looks like. And how tight we want our orbits. Should be orbiting at 1,000, so that means we should be not be getting too close. So we are staying at kind of a distance. Let's go ahead and upgrade the orbit angle to 20 and see if that does anything. But orbit angle 30. What is this other one? Orbit speed. I don't know what the orbit speed means. All right, orbit angle 30 seems like it's gonna be. Let's just give that one a shot. All right. Are we actually moving? Our speed shows that we're not moving. I guess because. Let's see. Let me show this as in our ships. All right, this is apparently some sort of value between 1 and 12. Now we are orbiting the target, but our ship's value, but our speed still shows only 248 meters per second. So very interesting. Not sure what that means. So we are definitely moving because the ore's not moving. And I would say we're moving more than 1 meter per second. I don't know. I don't even want to get into what the dev has to worry about when calculating the orbit speed around a stationary object based on various angles of orbit and the speed of my ship. So anyway, so let's go to Stinkfinger and Lasri Haas and collect our payment for popping these dudes. All right, so we should be ready for Dreadnaught. I hope so. Just have to find all the applicable skills. Have to make sure we're ready from battle cruiser. Went through quite a bit of energy in that battle. I don't know why. Maybe it was because I had my afterburners on so long. I don't remember seeing any ECM coming at me, but is I'll make sure I have Stinkfinger targeted and not wormhole to Hell Dimension 239. Go collect our 3 million whopperoos. That's not a bad one. 2007. I'm just writing down these timestamps. I think the 1623 one's better, but who knows? Alright, now see, it doesn't seem like we're orbiting. Okay, I guess we are orbiting here, but we still flew right up towards it. Either way, we were within range of... Alright, so battle cruiser requires destroyer to 3. Alright, so there's destroyer. So 102 skill points to train destroyer. So now we have to go to battle. There's Dreadnaught here. Alright, so Dreadnought battle cruiser ship to level 4. So it doesn't look like we're going to be able to get our Dreadnought just yet. Battle cruiser. Yeah, see, we can't even get to level 2 in battle cruiser. I'm sorry, people. We still got 2 more levels to go before we can get our Dreadnought. We even have destroyers. I've never even I don't ever even seeing. There's our Dreadnought that we wanted. I don't even remember seeing a destroyer in any other systems for sale. These destroyers and battle cruisers. I don't remember even seeing destroyers and battle cruisers. We'll have to keep an eye out for them. But so since we are leveled up again, I want to go over here. Let's just go to Fossive Key. This is our next sector. This is our next junction sector. Our next crossroads, where we will begin to prepare to go into the next sectors. But here's the thing, if we go into the next sectors, I mean, it's a nice little diversion to do something different for a little while, but it doesn't get us any skill points. Don't get any skill points or experience for clearing a sector. Maybe it'll give us access to 3 more systems, but if those 3 more systems don't have... Those 3 more systems aren't really going to benefit us in getting closer to our Dreadnought. Really just need some time, more time grinding missions, you know? But let's see. Alright, so there's our 3 new systems. Let's just pop into them and see if one of them has... Let's just get the order that we have to do them worked out. So this is New Holo Jegbim. Cannot go through it until Al Unkov has been resolved. So I'm gonna put Al before that one. So let's go to Al Unkov. And if we can go into Al Unkov, that means that Saw Damati, right? That means the Saw Damati will be last, because we came from Jitsid and we came from Fawcett. Is there more than one? Is there like 5? Am I even in the right sector? Yes, I'm in the right sector. Should be 4 warp gates. There's a Saw Damati. We can't go through Saw Damati until there's a Saw. So that means Al Unkov should be... Let's see. Alright, we can go into Al Unkov. What's in this sector? No stations. Just some more little thingamabobs. So nothing in here we need at the moment. So we're gonna go back into Fossive Key. So there's 4 warp gates up here. Oh yeah, because it goes back. Yeah, Jess had Rast me as it comes into the system. Okay, I was confused for a second. I don't know why. All right, so we know that Al was the first one. So that means, all right, so we have to clear Al Unkov, then we'll be able to go into New Hollow, and then we'll be able to go into Saw. So Al is the first one we need to clear. Let's just give it a shot. What's the worst that could happen? I am not afraid of anything. I'm certainly not going to do anything crazy like save my game in case something bad happens. And let's just go on and see what happens. See what these new combat systems help us out. See if we can pop these dudes. I mean, that's what we're here for, right? To destroy raiders. Alright, so where are they? Alright, so going straight for this dude. Seems like he's going for somebody else in the system. Alright, turn on all modules, and they're automatically targeting him. I'm going to turn off my active scanner. I don't need to scan this dude. So let's see what happens with this orbiting thing. Now he's not coming at me, so I don't think it's going to matter that much. Pop him. Now we have to clear them all or they respawn from what I can tell. I mean, I don't necessarily mean they respawn. I just mean that they'll... And there we go. We're definitely orbiting. Definitely not flying straight at him. And we're staying in it pretty well. Now he's getting up to 3,000. See, I don't know. He's starting to get away. So I guess the orbiting means we have to keep our afterburners on, or we need to tighten up our orbit angle, I guess. I mean, it seems like our guns are definitely firing more often. Maybe, I guess. I don't know. Alright, so that takes care of him. Let's go after this dude. We'll go ahead and pre-target these dudes. Alright, so we're gonna go after this dude in the Devastator. We took some shield damage, nothing to worry about. Alright, so we are gonna be orbiting him. We do not seem to be flying straight into his tailpipe at least, so I'm guessing maybe that's helping because we're not having to fly straight towards him and then turn around. I'm gonna say that it looks like this is helping. So thank you for the person who left the comment. Sorry, I don't remember your name off the top of my head. Dragon something? Dragon Father or something? I'm not sure. Either way, thank you for your comment. This does seem to be at least allowing my blasters to fire more often. We don't seem to be taking any damage, but that I'm not going to call that a success yet because there was a lot of damages. There's a lot of battles where we didn't take any damage, even though we seem to be fighting a fleet of Cylon base stars. All right. I'm going to say that our primary weapons are definitely firing a lot more than I'm used to. And then we're going to go take out this other Devastator. He's the last one of the initial group. And the initial group is usually easier. Let's zoom in so we can see you can see our weapons. Oh, we don't have them. Our weapons do have firing arcs. And this does seem to be doing a pretty decent job of keeping... Alright, do I need to have my afterburners on? Because it does seem like my energy is draining quite a bit. I don't want to run out of energy in the middle of this next battle. Zoom in so we can see the action. Right, there goes a big volley. This is another Devastator. We haven't taken any damage. Our pilots have not taken any damage. I've not had need to pull out my drones. Right, once we got within range, it seems like he popped pretty quickly. All those missiles were still in air, but it didn't seem like it did any damage to us. I guess it was because maybe the missiles didn't seem to do any damage to us, and I don't know if that was because the ownership had died. Let's pick up his credits. Advanced warp drive. We might be able to get a pretty penny for that, so I'm gonna pick that up. So here comes the officer group. Looks like there's, all right, so there's 4 of them. Let's just go in order from smallest to biggest. We'll go kill this guy first. I'm gonna leave my afterburners off for the moment to let my energy recharge a little bit. I don't know if it's gonna be an actual issue, but let's not let it turn into an issue, okay? I don't know if he's flying towards us, if we're flying towards him. Actually, I'm gonna change. I'm gonna change my mind. Now see it looks like my friends might have just went ahead and fired at that guy anyway, even though I didn't ask them to. I'm not going to complain about it. It's not like I was trying to do some negotiations with these people. Alright, so that dude is dead right away. This dude is missing some shields. I don't know if somebody else was shooting at him or what. But, or maybe one of my dudes went ahead and fired off their weapons. Alright, so we're heading in. Looks like I'm gonna have to buy some missiles. It's okay, missiles are cheap. Dirt cheap. And my looks like I have longer range on my guns than my friends do. They have longer range on their missiles than I do. So it looks like around 1200. Looks like we got a nice little sweet spot thing going here. So ranting. So if you have your YouTube channel and you're needing something help in your game, just post a rant video and people will come and help you. It's always nice. We'll go ahead and pop this dude, and then we'll pop the officer, and then we'll be able to call it a day for this video. It'll be right at the 30-minute mark. Looks like there's some missiles heading towards us. I think we can go ahead and bring on the old afterburner now. We're still at 70%. Somebody's shooting us from behind, but that's all right. And so now we're in range of everybody's in range of their weapons, so. Ooh, somebody hit me hard. Almost took out 10% of my shields. I'm guessing it's the dude in the Devastator that's coming up in it's flying up our tailpipe. Ooh, what was that? Oh, see, there we are. We're at orbit range. So it was having a hard time displaying what our ship speed is. Not that it really matters that much. So now we're turning around. We're going to orbit this guy. Nice, so lots of explodies going on here this time, huh, folks? Look at this. This is just like Rise of Skywalker. Got some real action here, lots of gunfire. Moving at 1%. Alright, so these missiles are hitting. He's hitting everybody. He's hitting my friends too. Some of them have taken almost 1% shield damage. Alright, and then this is the officer, right? I thought this was the officer dude. I don't know. Let's see if he had any loots. Any loots for us? So this system should be clear. Congratulations, this sector has been cleared. 620,000 credits. This is my payday. Advanced energy capacitor, 20,000. 166,000. Not worth my time to even put in my cargo hold. Alright, so there we go. We freed up another system just to test out our new targeting stuff, and our new targeting stuff seems to be looking very well. I'm gonna warp back here. So I'm gonna pick up some more warp drive fuel and start trying to pick up some missions again. We gotta grind our way. It looks like we got another couple of levels of grinding to do so that we can get enough skill points to get our Dreadnaught. We will have that Dreadnaught sooner or later, people. We will have it. With the new combat settings, all will fall before us, wormhole or not. So thank you for watching, and I will see you in the next video.